sharing this. All right. So now you can see the question. It's there. All right. Now 4 out of 6 we have already gained. Now we are into evaluation. And what I told you, how to start your evaluation? What would be your starting point? Do you know?
By giving your own judgment, opinion.
Yeah. Very good. Yes, by giving your own judgment or opinion. And how do you do it? By addressing the statement of the question. This is very important. Now, if you see, the question is about whether break-even analysis is sufficient for John or not. We have not addressed to it. Huh? We just discussed the advantages and disadvantages of break-even analysis. That's it. Now we are going to address it. So now, see what I am going to write. In my opinion, let me use another color because this is evaluation, right? Yeah. So, in my opinion, break-even analysis is not sufficient for John to decide about more suitable option for him. Okay, now I don't need to write the whole sentence, but this shows that now I am addressing to the statement of the question. I am now making a judgment that it is not sufficient for John. Okay, for John. Now, when I write this is again not enough to get marks for evaluation. Even 1 mark, you won't be able to get it unless and until you give the logical reasoning, okay, behind it. You have to justify, and it's written there in the question, justify your answers. You can see the statement of the question. So now I need to justify that. So in my opinion, break-even analysis is not sufficient for John because now this is, I am now developing my evaluation. I am giving the justification, right? So because it assumes only profit or loss. Okay, it assumes only profit or loss to decide about any option. Decide about any option to choose. Whereas there are other factors as well which need to be considered, such as amount of competition, right? Competition. Okay. Now I wrote that. I will develop it further, but still I can give 1 mark here, right? Why? Because I actually gave certain justification. Okay, some part of justification is there because when I actually write because this means I am into justification. It assumes only the profit or loss to decide about any option. You know that break-even is all about profit and loss. You know that. So, but profit and loss are not the only factors which we consider when we are making a choice. Okay, this is a very general way to answer. Huh? So you can write it this way as well, huh? Because now you will be using your own logical reasoning. Whereas there are other factors as well, such as amount of competition. Amount to be considered such as amount of competition. Okay. Now let me first explain you that why is the 9 under there. Whereas so now I need to give a further reason behind that. But let me explain you first that. When competition is there, so you assume that okay, if you produce 1,000, let's say your break even is 1,000 units. So if you produce 1,000, you assume that you'll be able to achieve breakeven. Okay. But if there is competition there, even if you produce 1,000, the competition will not allow you to sell that much items. You know that. Okay. And you are hardly able to sell 500 units only. Why? Because your competitors are snatching your customers. Okay. Maybe because their taste is far better than yours, their quality is far better than your, so it actually taking customers away from you. So this is possible. I'm going to write that, which need to be considered such as amount of competition as uh, competitors competitors might have a better product, better product than John's, right? And customers buy from them rather than from John, right? So a break even point will never be achieved. Will never, or will not be, and never, I think it's not a suitable word, will not be achieved. Okay. So now you need to understand what I actually wrote. So I talked about that competition is, there are many factors, but I mentioned competition only. That competition is one of the factors which should be considered as well. Because if you won't consider that, let's say you pick an option, okay, and then you realize later that there is so much competition there in that particular area. So then your break-even point is not achieved. Now, break-even level and break-even point both are different. Let me just tell you what is the difference. I hope that you know about it. Do you know what is the difference between break-even point and break-even level? Can you tell me? Anybody? Zainab, Bana? No idea? Okay, all right. Zainab, can you tell me?
Break-even level is the level of output where break-even point occurs at the
Very, yeah, very good. That's right. This is the break-even point. Remember, this is break-even point. But if we drag it towards x-axis, okay, on x-axis we always take what? We always take output. You know that, okay? So if I show a value here, 1,000, this is the break-even level, right? But that point where total revenue meets total cost or total revenue is equal to total cost, this is break-even point. So it is quite possible that there is competition there, okay, and you might achieve your break-even level, right? You might achieve your break-even level 1,000 because you just need to produce it, okay? But you will not achieve the break-even point. Why? Can you tell me, Mana? That after achieving the break-even level, still you are not able to achieve the break-even point. Is it possible? Mana?
Sir, maybe because we do not have enough sales, that our
Absolutely.
revenue is
Very
less.
good. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Yes, it is possible that after producing 1,000 units, you are only able to sell 500 units. Why? Because of competition. So it means that the product quality is far better as far as your rival businesses are concerned. People are buying from them. And your competitors are not letting you sell more items. Despite the fact you are able to produce 1,000 units, that is your break-even level of output, break-even point will never be achieved. So in that case, this option is not suitable, right? So that is why break-even analysis is not sufficient to decide about which option to choose, unless and until we consider other options, right? So that's why now actually giving the final statement. Okay, so break even will not be achieved in that case. in that case. So, okay, all right. So I have already given that statement. You can see that, in my opinion, break-even analysis is not sufficient. I am making a judgment here, right? And I have developed it. So I have given the logical reasoning behind it. That is what we call justification. So I am coloring it with a different color so that you can come to know this is the justification, right? And why it is required? Because in the question it is written, right? What is written? Sorry, here is the question. You can write. You can see that justify your answer. If you won't justify, you cannot get 2 marks for the evaluation at all, right? So now, because you have developed your recommendation, so now you are able to get 2 marks for evaluation. But okay, you can get 2 marks, but can you tell me that while developing my evaluation, is there any context used by me? Is there any application there? Manha, Zainab?
No, sir.
No.
Just
All right. Yes. Yes, you are right. So we do not need to, because we have already gained 1 mark for the application. But still, if you want to use application, you can. How? Now I told you, application is always inside the analysis, inside the development of your point. You do not write it separately. I told you earlier. So now let me add application there. Now you can see, as competitors might have a better product. Okay. Now writing there. Okay. As competitors might have a better taste, and um, the ingredients used are fresh. Okay, as competitors might have a better taste, and the ingredients used are more fresh. Let's say. So this is what we call better. Even better taste was fine. If we do not write this, even let's say taste, far better taste and improved quality of ingredients. Let's say far have a better taste. Now this is better taste. Sorry, and I just forgot to write and to have a better taste and improved quality ingredients. This is what? This is application. So this is simple, not that difficult at all. So let me remove this as well. Used. Okay. Improve quality ingredients. Then John. Right. So this is yeah. So this is now application. As competitors might have a better taste and improved quality of ingredients than John. Right? This is application. I will write it there. Although it was not required, but always make it a habit. Here, always make it a habit that you should use whatever you write. It should be in context. Okay. Writing your answer in context is called application. Yes, Manha and Zainab. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
All right. So no confusion. Good. All right. So now this would be our norm. Let me just stop recording it. Um, just a minute.